Ida sleeps right there in that third spot from the end every single night, all winter long, and on my days off when I will be on not taking tours yet. Now out here on tour today, we are expecting to see quite a bit of wildlife. And of course, that wildlife does consist of deer, bears, maybe the elusive Bigfoot, or some flying humans. Of course, if we don't see any of that wildlife out there today, no big deal. We'll just pass the microphone off to the scene man here to the front row who can tell us all about his wildlife. Up first, we have coming up on our recent splash camera today. You guys want to go fast or slow? Well, you know what that was. Welcome to the beautiful Lake Sallyville. Splashdown. I'm assuming you guys kind of saw me flipping a few waters up here. If you didn't, well, I'll tell you about it. When we just got in the water, I turned down this lever right here in the middle by pushing it forward, and that controls our 45-pound brass propeller that is sitting in the rear of it up. And obviously, if you don't know what a propeller does, the propels are both in the water. Anything right now, but when they approach this rail, our front wheels will grab because they're turned on their 6-wheel drive. The front wheels will grab, the wheels out of the water, and the back wheels will grab, and actually the propeller will get on top of the Hey, and we're a truck again. How was that? Pretty fun? Alright. Who wants to do it again? Yeah? Perfect! Because we don't have a choice. A little bit more water that time. And of course, welcome to Lake Sally 2.0. Geese, cranes, our flying humans that go by on our zip lines above us, and our in-house alligator Jeffrey over there. But of course, we cannot forget about the iconic Wisconsin Summer State Bird. Now, does anyone happen to know what that Summer State Bird is? Thank you. It is the mosquito. Because they are rare. And we send them all out to Minnesota. So if we do get stuck on sand trap today, I have a plan to get us out. Don't you worry. That plan is all of these strong men and I want you to roll it up or we're going to roll it down all of the women and children. Once they're all safely on the ground, we'll then jump back in our seats and cheer them all on as they push us up the hills. Everyone wave to Tony off to the left. Tony there was late for work this morning. Don't be like Tony. Now, if we let the inside one more time, you'll see the reason most people on my tours call me a wisecrack after I tell that joke about the women and children. might have said that a little bit too late, but there was a gnome mooning us in the bottom of that tree back there. Suffer through the chilling today's storm. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it might be smart to hold on to some personal items that you really don't want to lose. People do tend to lose some.
Well, thank you.
That's the first time that's ever happened. I'm not lying.
Because you want to push me over.
Now, the most commonly lost items are hats, sunglasses, wallets, watches, phones, rings, necklaces, purses, and small children. I've never had someone lose a wife before, but depends on how dedicated they are. Now, if you guys happen to lose anything like that in today's store, not a big deal. All you gotta do is raise your hand and get my attention. I'll turn around, raise my hand as well, and together we can all wave those items. Goodbye. Because there's most likely never coming back. Now, that being said, let's get on out that road. To a barbecue later tonight. Right around 5 or 6 o'clock, you guys can head right on over and walk right to the front door. But of course, if there is a guy there that says he claims to own a rather large water park in town that starts with an M and ends in an Ounce Olympus, don't listen to him, he's lying to you. Back to Lake Delton. Now, Lake Delton right there is a name that Lake has been owned and operated by the city of Lake Delton since the 1930s. What you see right there is an aftermarket product. That is not the original lake that was here back in the 1930s. Because back in 2008, Lake Delton decided it didn't want to be here anymore. We want to be across the road into Wisconsin. We got about 14 inches of rain one night. All of that rain rose the lake up and washed it over top of Highway A. Now, after it washed over Highway A, it did so much damage to the levee around that road that it actually broke everything out, washed the river into the Wisconsin River, and Lake Delton drained itself out. Only about 2.5, maybe 3.5 hours. But that was and 5 houses from the edge of Lake Delton were all in the Wisconsin River. Now, obviously, that's a lot of damage. And, well, as you can see, we can rebuild this area, but it did come at a pretty steep cost. Now, we got about 12,000 dump truck loads of dirt and gravel shipped in to rebuild the roadway. After that was all fixed up, we had to figure out a way to because we didn't just need a 256-acre crater in the middle of the Wisconsin Dells, despite how cool that would be. So what the city officials ended up doing was going around to all of the home and business owners in the area, asking them to all set out their garden hoses. Once they did, they turned them on at full blast, and it only took roughly 2.5 months to completely refill the lake. I did forget to tell you guys about one little rule here we have in the Wisconsin Dells, and that is actually the entire state of Wisconsin. That is the click it or ticket law. Even if you guys are new, you don't really know this, but the ducks do actually have seatbelts, and obviously I don't want anyone getting a ticket if we get pulled over today. So if you guys at all reach under your seats, grab those down, see if you want to buckle up before we get going. It's really appreciate it. If you guys want to look off to either side of the duck as we go through this opening, you'll see a couple of red and white signs. Now, they did not teach me to read in high school, so I don't know what they say, but we're just going to go along with it. And as we come down to the water here, we are going to go to the stop sign to tell you guys a little story. And also so I can see if there's any of the ugly ducks coming through. Now, when believe it or not, I did actually lie to you guys about how they refilled Lake Delton. They do not use drive hoses. And if you guys believe me for any more than 5 seconds, I bring that for you. Now, this body of water right here in front of us and off to the left-hand side is known as the Del Creek. Not the Del Creek, it's just Del Creek. I just stuttered. Now, Del Creek is actually not from around here. The way they refilled Lake Delton is actually, they used imported water from a totally different country. Now, I know it sounds very far-fetched, but I promise that is 100% what happened. So if you look up to the left, you'll be able to see all of the beautiful Russian water there. The ugly ducklings I was talking about. See, even the seagulls ate them. Welcome to the beautiful Wisconsin River, everyone. Here on the Wisconsin River, we're going to be talking about quite a few things today, most of them being rocks, but also about the tourism here in the Wisconsin Dells. And one of the coolest things I always like to point out is probably the rarest attraction in the entire town of Wisconsin Dells. It goes off to the right-hand side, and that right there is known as free entertainment. Now that little park and beach area right there is conveniently known as Newport Park and Beach. Now Newport Park right there is built on the remains of an old logging town that sadly burnt down in the late 1800s due to a forest fire. Now, Newport was a great place for loggers to stop when they were floating their log rafts down the Wisconsin River. They would pull up to the shore here in Newport and go into the tavern and have a few drinks, come back down, sleep on their raft, and then wake up in the morning and take off and head all the way down to St. Louis, Missouri. Now, here at Newport Park, because obviously this is a little more modern than what it used to look like. You guys can do anything you want here at Newport Park as long as it's not illegal for the cost of absolutely $0. You guys can go fishing on the beach, on the pier, or down on the rocks in Del Creek. You can go swimming in the Wisconsin River. Probably not today because you're probably freezing. You guys can just lay on the sand and soak up some sun, or you can have a picnic or just daylight picnic or something like that. Under one of those covered areas. Like I said, everything you want to do here at Del Creek. The city of Newport was actually abandoned because the railroad was actually supposed to come in through Newport. That's why they got so popular. But in eventually ended up coming in through Kilburn, which is on the Wisconsin Dells. It's about 2 miles north of where we started. Actually came by on the hill just around this corner here, so they were all sitting around in town just minding their business when a train rolled by. And they're like, what's going on? We were supposed to have a train, not them. So that was the first thing we got off the train tracks getting through. So after that, they all decided that it wasn't really that big anymore because there was going to be no business there. All the logs were going to get off the river, up the Kilburn, and off on the train, go down the river. Rock formation we're going to be seeing on today's tour is off to the right-hand side of the dock. And it is that big concrete tower there, and it is, of course, a man-made structure. That right there is known as the U.S. Geological Survey Stream Flow Gauging Station. Now the gauging station right there measures how much water passes by this point of the Wisconsin River at any given moment of any day. And the highest ever recorded water level on the Wisconsin River was right around 3 million gallons per minute. And it was recorded back on September 14th of 1938. The water level we're floating in currently is right around 2,500 to 3,000 gallons per minute. So 3 million gallons per minute was actually all the way up at the top of that brown sign. If you look back at that sign real quick, you'll be able to see just below the top of the sign, there is a rather large typo there. Now, most people don't even realize it, but the word gauging, when you look at that sign, is actually spelled incorrectly. The word gauging is normally spelled with a U between the A and the second G. So if you actually saw that word there when we passed by, you would notice that that right there is actually called the gagging station. And as we come by this big old cliff here, you will notice all of this rock looks exactly the same everywhere you go on the Wisconsin River. And that's because it is exactly the same. All this rock here is known as Precambrian Potsdam sandstone. And this sandstone is only found in, believe it or not, 3 places in the entire world. Right here in the Wisconsin Dells, over in Zurich, Switzerland, and also in Potsdam, Germany, where it got its name. Now, despite being so abundant here in the Dells, and probably in those other places as well, this rock is pretty rare. And this rock is super lightweight and porous. That means it soaks up a lot of water. It's basically a natural sponge while being super tough and durable. Kind of. So as you can see, the bottom portion of the rock here is a lot darker than the rock higher up on that wall. And that is actually the absorbent qualities of this rock is actually how all of these trees here are allowed to grow directly on the rocks. They need little to no soil at all. They can just grow right into the sandstone. And that's it. the 4 rocks. Now, the first rock is Sugar Bowl Island, here directly on our left-hand side. Now, I will talk a little bit more about Sugar Bowl Island when we're out on the other side of the rock. You can see why they like to call it an overflowing bowl of sugar. For now, let's talk about Grotto Rock. Grotto Rock, right out in front of us here, is it got its name because of all the little caves and grottos that go in and out of this rock. Now, there are more further back into that valley there, but there are 2 or 3 right out front here in this little channel. Now, the first one right there, you guys can only walk through that one. That one you can't even take a boat into. But this one down here on the end, you guys can actually take a canoe or a kayak through and feel the temperature difference from the inside versus outside of a cave. You guys can see all the cool stuff going on inside that cave, how that rock was carved out by the Wisconsin River way back when. And then you can go out the other side and continue on downstream. And if you look out to the right-hand side, you will be able to see why people call it Sugar Bowl Island. Now, Sugar Bowl Island got its name because it's supposed to look like an overflowing bowl of sugar. Does anybody see that? That's what I thought. Now, what I actually see here, and what all of my coworkers see as well, is the rather large elephant. Just so happens that we are looking currently at the rear end of that rather large elephant. But, so, yes, we did decide to name this one right here Elephant Booty Island. Sadly, the city of Wisconsin Dells does not like us calling it that because apparently they're a little too classy for an assy joke like that. So, we kind of got that down. So we cut them off. We still call it that because it's fun. Tree that has fallen onto the rocky shore of the Wisconsin River. That tree right there is full of twisted and crooked branches, which is how it got its name. We call it the government tree. That formation is off to the left-hand side once again. You will see twin inkstands. Twin inkstands right here got its name because it is a couple of rocks that look like a couple of inkstands that you would have sitting on your desk back at home in the 1800s when you used to write with quill pens for any paperwork that you had to do. Now, those 2 rocks right there actually also form a near-perfect natural compass. The rock on the right here faces north and south, and the rock back on the left faces north, east, and west. Jesus. Northeast and west. And those 2 rocks are only about 3 degrees off of magnetic north in total. Now, being that they are so accurate, they are so close to magnetic north, a lot of people over a long span of time have used them to navigate the Wisconsin River. The most notable is, of course, the Native Americans that were around here. Whenever they were lost here on the Wisconsin River, they would find that rock and use it to navigate the area, and they would plot down where they went. Some of them weren't that smart. They plot down where they went and remember where that rock was, and then base everything they had to plot out off of that. A lot of people ask me, well, if they were lost on the Wisconsin River, how could they have possibly found that rock? It was just a rock back then. Wasn't anything special. Didn't have a name. Wasn't plotted on a map or anything. So how did they do it? It's pretty simple, actually. It's very easy to figure out. If you guys look off to the left-hand side up on top of the road, you will see that they just followed the power lines. rock formation of the day. We're going to do a loop around this, and then we're going to hop out and stand the river. This rock formation right here is called Lone Rock. Lone Rock got its name because it is the last freestanding rock formation on the entire Wisconsin River, meaning, of course, it is all alone. And as we come around this bottom corner here, you will see a cave entrance. That cave entrance is one of 4 on this entire rock, and it leads to a big central cave that is supposedly big enough to fit one of these ducks inside. The downside is none of the cave entrances are big enough to let us get a duck inside, so we have absolutely no way of proving that one fits. It's kind of just going off of dimensions at this point. That first cave entrance looks a little bit like an egg to me. I like to associate shapes with random things because that's what I do. And the second cave entrance down there is pretty darn neat. As we pass by here, you guys are going to be able to see a pretty recognizable shape, I want to say, but it's not going to be in the opening on this side. These next 2 cave entrances actually line up and go directly through each other, so you guys should be able to look through the rock and out the other side. Now, I can't guarantee that you're going to see it 100% because a lot of it is kind of low today, so I can't. I'll get it as good as I can. So it should be coming in right about now. Like I said, it is a little vague. Some people see it, some people don't. That is totally fine. But I actually had my now ex-girlfriend on tour about 2 months ago. When she looked through that cave, she said that she saw a wedding bell. That is actually not why she's my ex-girlfriend. When she said that, I shot back with what I saw. When I shouted out, well, I see a Taco Bell. She did not find that very funny. So, I'll never say that. Around the back of Lone Rock here is one of the most deceiving ones. It looks pretty big, but if you squint and look through that opening a little bit closer, you'll be able to see that it does bottleneck off quite a bit before going into the main cave. Now, that would be the most promising one to get a duck inside, but obviously, for obvious reasons, and back through that hole right there, you guys should be able to see back out through the other side of the rock. Now the shape you should see through there is one of actually 3 different things. You may be able to see a teardrop, an upside down heart, and the third thing is actually a secret. I'll tell you about that in just a second. But if, depending on what you guys saw, we can tell you a little bit about yourself. If you saw a teardrop, it means you are a relatively sad person. Saw Hershey's Kiss, it means you are sweet and hungry. And if you saw the third shape, the poop emoji, well, I am sorry to say that you are full of it because it's not his. back on land, folks. I didn't lose anyone, did I? Okay, good. Whew. I scared for a second. As soon as you checked that seat, I got pretty scared. And with that being said, we are now going to be heading back to the Army Ducks. And when we get back there, we're going to show you a Q&A section where you guys can ask any questions you want about the Ducks. The Ducks. And we have time to hold this life in general and we would like. That is totally okay with me. I'm actually going to walk in here in Wisconsin, guys, for my entire life. So I do know more than like about the area. And if you guys, of course, have any questions at all, or want any suggestions on the best restaurants in town, the best place to grab some food with your family, the best place to go and have fun with your family, was that? What do you guys think?
Very good.
Pretty fun?
Yeah.
All right. Any questions? Anything at all?
Whose service is